Happy Friday, Bolton High. It is October 16th. It is time for another very important update. Did you know the quarter is ending soon? So we have for you today some tips and tricks from the Bolton High School faculty. So, did you know that the quarter ends November 6th? That's right around the corner. It's coming up soon. That is the last day of the quarter. Everything needs to be wrapped up and your grades will be finalized then. We are using normal grading. I know I've said this at lunches. Everything counts. This is not like fourth quarter last year where we were hit with this whole crazy pandemic and we weren't set up and prepared for it. We are prepared. We're doing things the right way now, and every grade counts. Even if the school were to close, even if we were to all come back, it's not going to matter. All of your grades count. You need to take care of business. We are not following that plan from the end of last year where we kind of gave everybody a pass. Did you know last fourth quarter didn't even count in your GPA? Everything counts now. Let's make sure we're all aware of that. And listen, we know that hybrid learning is difficult for students and teachers. We get that. This is a whole new world. It is tricky, but we still, like I said, need to take care of business. And the bottom line is we want all of our Bolton High School students to do their absolute best. And you need to work hard and be organized to make that happen. So we have for you some helpful pieces of information. So first of all, digital citizenship matters. Turn on your camera. That way teachers know if you're engaged. They can get that facial feedback, and it's polite. Turn on your camera. Speak up. Use your voice. Make sure your microphone is on. Make sure you're close enough to your microphone source that you can be heard. Participate even when you are home remote. Participate maybe even more than if you were in class because, again, it's harder for teachers to get those nonverbal cues from you. Hey, check your icon. Make sure it's something school appropriate. Change it or just drop the picture and put your initials back up there. And then the next big piece of things we want to review for you today are the resources. You got to make sure you take care of resources. The hub. Listen, we pushed faculty district-wide to make sure that every Monday their hub is updated with the plan for the week. So you are absolutely crazy if you are not using that every day, especially on Mondays, to plan the week. Teachers are doing the work to help you stay organized. Make sure you take care of it. Google Classroom is indeed your friend. We've asked teachers to organize things a little bit better for you this year. I think that is going well. But whether you are getting information from the classroom or you're turning something in, Google Classroom is your friend. Make sure you're submitting work. Don't be sharing work. Submit it. And listen, knock off the submitting of empty pieces of work just so it goes off your list. So you don't see it as a missing assignment. Mom and dad don't see it as a missing assignment. Knock that off, right? If you haven't done the assignment, don't turn it in. You leave that hanging out there as a reminder to everybody that you have some work to get caught up on. Power School knows all. Listen, this is where teachers keep track of everything that is official. Are you checking out your Power School? Are you looking at it several times a week? Have you made sure that mom and dad can get into it? Everybody needs to be checking out Power School. That's where things stand. So we've already had the mid-quarter grade go through, and that's what was reflected in Power School. First quarter grades, that's in Power School. Make sure you get in because Power School knows all. Teachers are also really working hard this year because you're home some of the week, right? You're only in front of your teacher one day a week. So they're posting more in Google Classroom, more resources, more helpful hints, more directions. You need to take advantage of that. And did you read those directions before you email your teacher and say, hey, can you just check and make sure that you've read the directions first? That's just going to help everybody else, going to save you time, going to save the teacher's time. Here are some really important things. Of all the things that we talked about at a faculty meeting the other day, the number one item was get organized. That includes looking at the hub and at Power School and Google Classroom. But it just means that whatever system works for you, you need to get organized. You need to have a routine. You're going to check your school email at 3 specific times during the day. The night before you go to bed, you're going to plan what you need to do the next day, including online classes and in-person classes and assignments that need to be turned in. You need to come up with a system that works for you. The same system isn't going to work for everybody, so you need to find a system that works for you and stick to it. If you're having trouble developing a system, talk to your teachers, talk to your school counselor. We'll help you out with it. Some of the things that we've seen work are OneNote. I know especially our freshman students are making use of that. That's one suggestion you can talk to your teacher about. Or, Google Docs works for you. Whatever it might be to keep your notes organized, because when you're not in class and sitting with a notebook, with your teacher saying, hey, write this down because it's on the board, you sometimes fall off of that organizational boat that you need to be on. So let's remember, and I have had this particular slide in every one of my informational videos, I think, since school opened. So let's make sure we were all on the same page. Attendance is taken every day, including Wednesdays, and we are continuing to use our normal grading system like I talked about. If you are stuck and need help, email your teachers, but try to email them a comprehensive question, not a one-liner. Be very specific. If you can have an organized, comprehensive email, your teachers will be able to do a better job answering your questions. If you are stuck with PowerSchool, you can't get into PowerSchool for whatever reason, then what you need to do is contact Mrs. Jones in guidance, kjones@boltonct.org. She is the one to help you with PowerSchool problems. If you're having a problem with your school-issued Chromebook, or you're having a problem with your own device and now you need to borrow a school device and you haven't borrowed one yet, whatever it might be, come by the main office and we'll get you in touch with Mr. Gilmore or Mr. Murphy to help you out with that. And as always, if there's anything that Ms. Johnson and I can do to support you, there are our email addresses. Please use them. Stay in touch. We want you to be successful. We want you to stay safe. Have a great weekend.